Today we are going to be looking at decimal addition and subtraction with grids. Now as you can see here, I already have drawn in 4 grids and 4 math problems, and I'll go through and explain what we're looking at here. This first question here, we have 32 hundredths plus 16 hundredths. So I came over to my grid and I put a box around 32 in pink, and then I drew in 16 in purple. Using the grid, all we need to do is count up all those boxes, or you can add 32 plus 16, and we get 48 hundredths, because there are 48 boxes on the inside. Now let's come down here and look at this addition problem. We have 4 hundredths plus 77 hundredths. So here in the pink, I represented the 4 hundredths, and I'm adding that to 7 columns. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here's so that's 70, and then here's my 7. So you could count all those boxes up, or you could add 77 plus 4 and get 81 hundredths. Okay, now that's addition. Subtraction is similar, but obviously subtraction is different than addition. So here, starting off, we have 37 hundredths minus 19 hundredths. And what you'll first notice is that the 37 hundredths is in yellow. So I boxed it in. There's 37 squares there. Now here's where the main difference comes in with subtraction. I'm taking my 19 hundredths and I'm coloring in some of my 37 hundredths. So therefore, I need to count how many are left, and that'll be my answer. It has nothing to do with out here. It's how much of the yellow is still available. So you go through and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we get 18 hundredths. And we follow the same pattern with this last one here. We have 23 hundredths. That's in the purple. And then I shaded, of those 23, I shaded in 9, so we got rid of those 9, which left me with 14 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So my answer is 14 hundredths. So that is how you use the grids. Now you will notice it's the exact same screen as before, except now I set up the actual addition problem to show you what that would look like. As I'll talk about later, the key whenever you're adding and subtracting with decimals is you must line up your decimal point. So, if you look here, decimal point lined up, now I can just add straight up and down, just like we do with typical addition. 6 plus, so we have 48, bring down my decimal, there's my 0. Same answer that we got before. Here I stack them up, lined up my decimal, I get 11, carry the 1, just like typical addition, bring down my decimal, there we go. Subtraction, same thing, line up our decimal, and get to borrow. 17 minus 9 is 8, 2 minus 1 is 1, bring down my decimal and the 0, and we're good. And the final one, so that is what addition looks like if you're showing your work. Again, I left my grid pictures there so you could kind of see what was going on. And the last thing is just a reminder or a review of how to do traditional multiplication. So here I just came up with 2 problems. First one will get us started, and then the second one is a little bit more challenging. But remember, the key is to just remember we're just multiplying and adding and keeping our numbers organized. So to start us off, we have 7 times 6, 42, carry the 4. 24 plus 4 more is 28. Okay, so now we are done with the 6. Now we go to the 3, which isn't a 3, it's a 30. So we need to block off this number underneath the 2, or some people like to put a 0. I think I even jokingly said you could put a smiley if you want. So now 3 times 7 is 21, so here's my 1, carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. Now the final step is to just simply add, going down 2, 9, 6, 1, putting in my comma. There you have it. Now this next one's a little bit more complicated, but it's still the same process. Okay, so it's 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 7 is 14. I move, so the 2's done, I move over to the 9. I have to put my X or my 0 there. Now I go 9 times 4, 9 times 3, 9 times 7. 36, carry the 3. 27 plus 3 is 30, carry the 3. And 9 times 7 is 63, plus 3 more is 66. And now for my last number, it's 8, but it's not 8, it's actually 800. So we need to block off 2 spots now, with 2 zeros or 2 X's. And now we do 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3. 24 plus 3 is 27, carry the 2. 56 plus 2 is 58. Now you'll see the addition on this one is a little tricky, but just take your time. 8, 12, carry the 1, 7, 13 plus 1 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15, and there you go, that is traditional multiplication.